So this is me in my 20s. And since you're clicking on this video, I'm guessing you are too. I've been there before, and turning 20 feels scary. It almost feels like everyone expects you to know what you're doing in life, when you actually don't. So I want to give you 8 things I wish I knew when I was 20, to help make navigating this uncharted time in your life feel more achievable and be the best part yet. No one has it all figured out. This is the big elephant in the room. We all think that everyone has their purpose and goals all figured out, but honestly, no one does. When I first came to this realization, it lifted a huge weight off my shoulders because I was able to stop acting like I had my 5 or 10-year plan in life. And I started experiencing new things to really find myself. We're all taught by society to pick one career or one university degree, then work our butts off 5 days a week. And when we're old and tired, that's when we can finally retire. Honestly, I fell into the trap of believing that that was the key to success. I studied really hard, got into a double degree, and completed it in 5 years. And then a month into working full time, I found myself wondering, do I feel fulfilled? I mean, surely I did all the right steps, so this must be my career path. When I reminded myself that no one has it all figured out yet, I started to give myself permission to try new things. I started experimenting with my creative side, traveling the world, and actually doing things that I enjoyed or challenged me. And all of that resulted in me learning so much more about myself. After coming to the realization that life is a marathon and not a sprint, it really shifted my perspective on life and this transitional time that we call our 20s. I wish someone would have told me to let go of having it all figured out right now. Because when you start to embrace the uncertainty of life and actually live in the present moment is when you'll get the most out of your life. Quality over quantity. We all know the saying, quality over quantity, and this can be applied to anything in life. Stepping into a new sense of independence in your 20s can really feel like a huge amount of freedom, where you can spend your money on anything that catches your eye. But wait. Before you fall for another TikTok trending item, ask yourself, will this give you value? Let's take this one step further. When was the last time you did a life audit and found out what things brought you value and what doesn't? We've all seen Marie Kondo go into people's homes to help them keep things that spark them joy and discard everything else. If you do this now with everything that you own, you'll be able to see the things of quality that you actually value and things that you might be hoarding. This might take a little bit of time to do, but I promise you, it'll make the world of a difference to the environment around you. When thinking of quality over quantity, you can really apply it to almost everything. I remember when I was in my early 20s, I was trying to find myself and also make some friends at uni. Now, I'm the type of girl that likes quality friendships. The ones where you can have deep and meaningful conversations. So naturally, I was very strategic about making new friends. I would hang out with a different group for a short break, tutorial, or after uni. Every time I hung out with a different group, I would ask myself if I could be myself around them, did I feel energized after being with them, and if we gave each other value. From there, I was able to nurture the high quality friendships that I'm grateful to have to this day. I know this may seem like a lot to think about when making friends, but you can also apply this to your current social group. Ask yourself, is this a quality friendship? And do you also see value in them? Now, let's get out of this pink robe. That's better. Putting yourself first doesn't make you a bad person. This is for all the guys and girls who forget to put themselves first. Putting yourself first does not make you selfish. This may be hard to believe, but having clear boundaries, prioritizing self-care, and doing things that you love doesn't make you a bad person. I found this particularly hard to embody because growing up, I would see my mum selflessly doing everything for my siblings and I. Because of that, I told myself that if I wasn't as selfless as her, then I wasn't doing enough. But in reality, if you're not giving yourself time to recharge and refill your cup, then you will always be giving people a version of you that isn't your best self. What has really allowed me to embrace putting myself first is by doing something that lights me up every day. Whether it's cooking a delicious meal, getting my nails done, or going on an adventure, I find that doing something that I want helps strengthen that muscle so that over time, prioritizing myself won't feel as uncomfortable. So I really want you to take some time out of each day and start prioritizing something that makes you feel like your best self. Keep on learning and always be a student. Learning is the most important skill that everyone has. From YouTube videos, podcasts, Audible books, we are truly lucky to have all this information at the tips of our fingers. The best thing about doing your own self-development is that you can tailor it to how you learn best and your current lifestyle. I currently love to listen to podcasts or Audible books in the morning on my drive to work or when I'm cleaning. And for my nighttime routine, I like to read a fiction book. I found that having a variety of fiction and non-fiction allows me to process what I've consumed at different parts of the day. And it also stops me from going down that rabbit hole of over-consuming self-development. Honestly, I would say that reading fiction books can teach you so much, as it gives you insight into a different perspective and really makes you visualize what is happening. Some of my favorite books are 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and It Ends With Us. I really believe that we should all be students in our lives because once you stop learning, you stop growing. Invest in your health. Health is wealth. As a health professional, I know the value of your health and its impact on your quality of life in the future. If you think about it, you will never be this young again. So it's so important to invest in your mental, physical, and emotional health. Try to create daily habits where you get some movement in, eat nourishing meals, and have some mindfulness every day. I know these habits might seem small now, but they will compound and make the world of a difference when you're older. So good. Diversify your income. One thing that I've seen since the pandemic is that nothing is guaranteed. I've seen so many people who are in stable and high demand jobs suddenly lose their job and have no backup plan. This may not be the exciting part of navigating your 20s, but if you haven't yet, then look into diversifying your income. There's multiple ways that you can do this. You can invest in stocks, property, have a side hustle, or even look into a high interest savings account. It can really be as simple or as complicated as you want it to be. But the best thing you can do for yourself is to start early. I would recommend to talk to a financial advisor and definitely do your own research before starting. Take risks and don't be afraid to fail. Failure is a stepping stone to your success. A book I listened to called The Regrets of the Dying by Bronnie Ware said the most common regret was people wishing they lived a life true to themselves instead of a life that others expected of them. Most people live their lives with a feeling of regret and wondering what if they had taken the risk or followed their dreams. In some cases, a loss in health might be the reason why they weren't able to follow their dreams. But in your case, you have your health and time, so why not make the most of it and go for it? Take the risk and be prepared to make many mistakes along the way. I used to think that making a mistake or failing meant that I wasn't good enough, but I realized that failing is only bad if you don't try again. Think of every failure as a lesson, and each lesson is teaching you what didn't work and what did work so that you can try again. I think that it is so empowering to be able to shift your mindset to see everything as a lesson, because that's going to push you to keep on growing and learning. Saving the best for last, and it is to show gratitude every day. I've been practicing gratitude for a few years now, and I can honestly say that this simple task is life-changing. When I write down what I'm grateful for each day, it shifts my perspective to appreciate the small and the big things in life. And I can feel my emotions and vibration shifting into a higher state, and it feels so free. I do think it's particularly important to show gratitude on the days that you don't feel like doing it, because those tend to be the days that you need it the most. On days that I am feeling a little bit low, I really try to sit down and be present, and also remind myself that I'm living the life that I've always dreamed of. So if there's one thing that you get from this video, then it would be to write 3 things down that you are grateful for each day. And I promise you, you will see so much change in your mindset and your life. So anyway, all of these tips are just a reminder to make the most of this stage of your life, and to trust that uncertainty and making mistakes is not a problem. I know adulting can be hard, but just trust that we're all in this together. I would love to know what life advice has really helped you. Let me know down in the comments below. I love hearing new tips and perspectives, and maybe we can do a part 2. I want to thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your day to watch this video. I'm gonna love and leave you, and I'll see you all in the next one.